Federal Judge Lynn Adelman adopted a whole new standard for the November 8 election, not the August 9 primary, but he said that voters without photo ID can sign affidavit, and then we're going to show. He actually prescribed the elements of that affidavit. I declare under penalty of perjury that I am the individual identified below, and for all these specific reasons, name, signature, date. And I just want two quotes from Judge Adelman's ruling. Any voter who completes and submits an affidavit shall receive a regular ballot, even if that voter does not show acceptable photo ID. And then he stridently said, no person may challenge the sufficiency of the reason given by the voter for failing to obtain ID. Big blow to the photo ID law, JR?
Yes and no. I mean, on the one hand, most of us have an ID. We're going to show it anyway. So if you have it, got to show it. But the other thing is, how many people are going to be affected by this? How many people are going to show up without an ID and say, well, I don't have it, you have to let me vote? You still have to register, remember?
Yes.
You still have to get on the rolls.
Yep.
There's still standards for doing that. It's not like I can show up, I can come up from Chicago on election morning and say, hey, I live here, I'm telling you I live there, now let me vote. I don't think that's...
sign the voter rolls too, the signature.
You have to be already registered, you have to show certain forms, various documents to get registered, so there's still a bar to cross to get on the rolls. But, we'll see. Indiana has a very similar law to what's being required here with the affidavit, and that's worked. The Supreme Court's upheld it. The issue for Wisconsin Republicans is when they first want to do voter ID, they want to go more stringent than Indiana did. They want to, have more tighter voter ID law. And ever since they passed it, they've been trying to, now military IDs are okay to use, for example. They had to create the appeal process if you don't have an ID and you don't have to pay for a birth certificate, for example, because that was a problem with the state Supreme Court. They've been walking back or tweaking it ever since they passed it. And these various court challenges have been issued for them.
And Walker announced that the Department of Transportation had to issue something saying that this person has applied, or do you remember that?
Yes.
Prior to the end of that federal court trial.
And that, the judge overseeing that case said the racial disparity in the appeals process is appalling. So again, this process has been a problem the entire time.